how can I see if I'm live, guys and girls? I'm gonna go on my YouTube, and I hope that I am live. My channel. Yes, I'm live. We're live. Hi, welcome everyone. Okay, welcome. Plot twist. We are on YouTube today, not on Facebook as usual. And we will see what happens in the future. But welcome. Let me just share the links with my friends and all the people in my social media that I am live here on YouTube today. No, that is not what I wanted to click. We're going to talk about security. I have a guest. I have a very special guest today. You have seen him. If you have been following me on Facebook, you have seen him. It's none other than George, the tech magician, expert, everything. And we're going to talk about hosting, domain names, WordPress, security. I'm just writing my link and those things. Join us on YouTube today. Yay, that's a plot twist. So let's bring him in. I'm gonna bring you in. Hi, George.
Hello.
Hi.
I hope you can still hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
I hope people can hear us. Can you hear us? Let's see. It's going to be you and me talking with each other if no one else is hearing
it's always
us.
good. It's always good to chat.
Yes. How are you, George?
I think you already know the answer to that, but okay.
I know we have been very stressed.
We're a bit frustrated / tired /
everything. Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to use the words that I'm thinking of right
now. No. Okay, I'm kind of new. We're using Restream and the free version, of course. And I'm kind of new as to how to share. There's the link. I found it. Oh my God, echo. I'm confused now. Why doesn't Restream show its logo? I don't have a paid version. Do I have a paid version? Did I pay for Restream and I don't know about it?
That would be very fun if you paid for something and you didn't know about it.
I will see the bill at the end of the month.
I don't think you would have paid for Restream.
No, but Restream, the free version has the logo.
Yeah, the little, I don't know what to call him, a little dragon or something, whatever you call it.
That's StreamYard. Now I'm using another service.
Yeah. You're using Restream, you're right.
Yeah, but I don't see anything. Today I am on YouTube and
maybe you were lucky and they're not showing the logo anymore.
Maybe, who knows? Welcome. Hi, George. Yes, we are both tired, frustrated, stressed because we have been working on the same fantastic project. But let's keep that on the side. Let's talk about other happy things. So, I have some questions for you because you are the expert in those things. And I'm addressing...
Experts are a very relative term, but yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
You know more than I do.
I know
more than I do. Yes.
Things.
So, my streams on Facebook, and we will see if I'm going to stream also on YouTube, are focusing on WordPress. And you and me, you and I, we do WordPress together a lot. And one of the things that I see beginners is that they are confused. You know that as well. People are confused. If you're completely a tech beginner, you don't know anything, but you want to run a website. Hi, Grimskal. Hi, Grimskal is here.
Our friend Grimskal's here. Nice.
Yes. So I have been talking a lot, but people are confused about the domain name and the hosting. So let's say that we are talking to absolute beginners, completely beginners, bloggers that they want to blog. What would you advise them? I don't know if that is a good question. What is a domain name, George, in real?
Okay, let's start with the basics. A domain name is basically just the name of your website in terms of blah blah blah.com or blah blah blah.net.
Yes.
But of course, you've got to remember, because most of my clients get very confused about this. They say to me, if I buy the domain let's say xanthi.com. Can I have an email called xanthisiraku.com? And I'm like, no, you can't.
Great
because
point. Yes.
because your domain name's actually also your email. So whatever your domain name is, xanthisiraku.com is going to be your email. So it could be xanthi@xanthisiraku.com or anything, but it can't be xanthi@xanthi.com because you haven't actually bought that domain.
Exactly. So if you want a different email address, you need to buy that domain name also.
Yes.
After the @ symbol, you need to buy that. I didn't know you had that problem. You had customers asking you that?
I've got a new problem for you after this one.
Okay. I believe you.
This one's too long. Can I have one with like 3 letters? Like abc.com? And I'm like, no. No, you can't.
abc.com, I think it's already taken.
I know what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, you know.
Okay.
And even if you could get it, it's very expensive. Like it might cost you €1,000 a year to have a 3.
If you're lucky, only 1,000.
If you're lucky, only 1,000. Yeah, exactly. So that's one of the problems. And then the other problem is, but my email's too long for people to remember. Like info@georgenicolaou.com, which is a stupid domain name. But I mean, if I was stupid enough to buy it,
if someone, yes.
You know.
But is it a good practice to have one domain name for branding and business-wise? Grimskal is good with branding. Is it a good advice to have one domain name and a different email address? I don't think.
From a technical standpoint, that's the wrong thing to do. I don't know because
why,
each country. I'll tell you. Let's say I have a domain name which is georgenicolaou.me, right? Mm-hmm. If I buy georgenicolaou.com and I start sending people emails from georgenicolaou.com, and they're gonna think, oh wait, I sent my message to georgenicolaou.me. How the hell is georgenicolaou.com answering me? So
confusing.
It doesn't make sense to the person. Now I don't know about specific countries like Sweden or anything like that, but for example, for my English clients, as in people that are in the UK, they have this. I don't want to say something offensive, but they have this idea that it's good to buy they have this stupid idea that it's okay to buy like every extension in the book, like blah blah blah.com, blah blah blah.eu, blah blah blah.
Info, blah 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 .me, blah 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 all the new fancy. Okay.
Yeah, no, but they also buy everything that has that name, and they say that it's because they want to protect their brand, because nobody would be able to buy that domain. And I don't know if that's the greatest thing in the world.
User@yourdomainname.com. I mean, what you wrote something else? We missed it.
We missed the previous message. If you said something else, Grimskal.
But I have seen companies actually. I know companies that they're doing that, and it does have.
So Grimskal is agreeing that we don't need all the domains in the world. I agree.
Absolutely no reason to. No, exactly. What I know is that at least I'm in Sweden, okay, and I see that if it's a company that's starting here, they will get the .sc, which is the country code for Sweden, but they will also get the .dk, which is Denmark, and also .no, which is Norway, and .fe, which is Finland, because they might think that they will expand.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Like for me, it literally doesn't make a difference, because if I know you as xanthisiraku.se, I'll find you if I need to find you. I don't care if you're not xanthisiraku@.com.cy, which is Cyprus. I wouldn't care less. As long as I know who you are, I'll find you.
Yes, but for big companies, it could make sense. I mean, I have seen companies that they want to expand in Denmark, and they say, oh, we need also the domain name because we need a website in Danish, in a different language.
Yeah, but they don't actually, what they actually do is they buy the domain name and then they redirect that domain to the actual one. It's just for people to...
Well, listen, now we are entering also search engine optimization waters here.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you have different domains and they have different content, then you'll have to SEO for all of those, and it's different. It doesn't work the same. And by the way, if you dare put duplicate content on the website for either of these, Google's going to penalize you. And the only domain that's actually going to get any recognition is the one that Google found first, indexed first.
Yes. Okay. But listen, if the Swedish version and the Danish version, it's not exactly the same language. So it makes sense that they want the Swedish version to be on the search results when Swedish people are searching
For local SEO, yes, but Google will
local.
expect that you will have different content. And since it's a different language, essentially, Google still think it's different content.
It is, yes. Then
what I'm saying, if you're stupid enough to put the English version of your website on a .gr domain and on a .com domain, that makes no sense because Google's going to penalize you.
Yes, but hello. Okay, thank you for saying that, George, because I have a .sc and I have it in English.
No, it's fine if it's in English. What I'm saying is if you go and do a .com after that, it's going to not make it. Google doesn't know that .se should essentially be Swedish. It doesn't care. It's a machine. It doesn't know.
You mean as long as it's one website and not many? That's what you mean?
Oh, if you go and do xantisiraku.com and you put the exact same content in the exact same language on this, it's going to say, oh, this Xantisiraku stole Xantisiraku from Sweden's content, although you're the same person. Google doesn't actually know because Google's a machine. Google's not a person.
I got it. Okay. So, I have the chat here as well. Oh my God, I have so many windows. I get confused. Thank you, Grimskull, for the comment. Yeah, your website, domain and email, domain should match. Yes, exactly. It is common sense for us that we are in this world because Grimskull, he's also working in he's not doing.
If I remember correctly, Grim is like a designer, right?
Yes. So for us, those things are like common knowledge, common sense, but it's not for everyone, and it is our duty to educate and inform people in a professional manner.
My only duty is not to tell my client if his domain name is a good one. If he thinks his domain name is a good one, I'm not going to tell him it's not.
I know. However, there was one domain name that I happened to see from one of your clients that I
know. You're not allowed to comment on that.
Okay, we don't talk about the bee. We don't talk about the bee. Queen. Okay, sorry. Okay, next question, George. I have after we have gotten a domain name, then we need a hosting package.
Yes.
What I suggest to people in my live streams, and I feel that you will agree with me, is that if you haven't purchased it, hi Midwest, I'm on YouTube. Yes,
I'm with you, Midwest. I always miss her stream because I forget to go onto Facebook. I have a Facebook, but I'm never on there, and she has to remind me to come on. So
yes, I guess. I mean, I'm thinking of switching to YouTube. So James. So yeah, we will see. It's an experiment. We will see what happens. So yes, what I advise is that if you haven't purchased anything, go and buy them in one place, like the domain name and the hosting.
It's always a good thing. It's always a good thing to have the domain and the hosting in the same place, and there's a reason for that. Like I had taken over a client's website and the domain was somewhere. They couldn't remember where. They couldn't remember who was controlling it, which is really sad. And then we're not talking about the same client, but yes.
We have been there.
Yeah, and then they suddenly remembered that their hosting is somewhere else, and I had to call another person. So I was talking to two people. I had to prove that I had authority to actually do what I needed to do, which is really sad.
I get nightmares from that. I know. So it's always convenient if you can have both of them at the same location. And SiteGround is something that we suggest, and you're using SiteGround a lot.
I use SiteGround for clients as well, and the reason is not all clients are willing to give you a lot of money for hosting because they don't understand the need for speed, if I'm allowed to say that.
Yes, of course, yes.
Fun to the game. I don't play card games. I'm very bad at it, but I love Need for Speed. I'm guilty of using GoDaddy. But hosting from another vendor. But Grimskull isn't telling me the vendor.
Busted.
Do not use The reason I don't like GoDaddy is and this is a personal thing, it's got nothing to do with GoDaddy. GoDaddy can give you a domain and then you can just redirect it to anywhere you want. But it really annoys me that I have to buy the domain name first. Then I have to buy hosting from GoDaddy. And then, I need email. I need to buy email as well. Which is okay if you're willing to buy that. But
I mean, for someone like Grimskull, you are tech savvy. I've been using that word lately. And okay, you know what you're doing, and that's okay. I mean, it's just one step extra. But for people that they are not, as geeks as we are,
yeah, it might be
it's
tough.
a bit of a fuzz. Yes.
Yeah, it's better if you have everything in one place, especially if you need somebody to help you do things. Bluehost, oh my God, no.
Don't say
Sorry,
that,
I
George.
was
Don't make him
Sorry.
feel. It's okay.
Bluehost is okay. Okay. My issue with Bluehost is that when you change something, it changes on all your websites. So, for example, this is a bit advanced, and if you don't understand, it doesn't matter if you're a beginner. It's more for the audience. But for example, if I change the version of PHP from 7.3 to 7.4, it will change it on all your websites. It doesn't care that you only want to change it for one website.
Is that a bad thing that it changes to every website?
If you use old plugins on one of your websites and you'll use new ones on another, yes, it's a bad thing.
You might get the white screen of death.
Yeah, but if you're like me, you can trick Bluehost into like changing only the one, but you've got to be a little tech savvy to do that. And when I say tech savvy, you should actually know how to write code. So the interface is confusing to me. Are you talking about Bluehost? Yes. When I go into Bluehost, I press Control F on my browser to find anything that I'm looking for, and I write a word that is similar to what I'm looking for just to find it. So you are not alone, if that makes any sense.
Speaking of Wordpress,
something, if you haven't seen Bluehost before, it's not even cPanel. It's something like cPanel.
Even misshosting has cPanel.
Yeah, I know. cPanel isn't bad, and I'm okay with like other panels I can work with it, but Bluehost panel is like, it looks like I don't want to name it looks like a table from like the 90s, like a real table in Word, and you press things. But anyway, I'm not allowed to say bad things about Bluehost.
Okay.
Period. Bluehost is good.
Okay.
Bluehost is recommended by WordPress. So I'm not allowed to say that.
Well, then go to SiteGround. If you like cPanel, go to SiteGround.
No, SiteGround doesn't have cPanel anymore, but their panel is nicer.
Okay.
If you want me to share screen, I can show you.
Well, I'm using misshosting, and it has cPanel. It has a very low budget friendly, but it has cPanel.
The cPanel thing, the reason why SiteGround moved from cPanel to their own little thing, in my opinion, because they don't say that out loud, is because cPanel suddenly increased the price by 50% for every major host. So at some point,
okay.
At some point,
this is the misshosting that I'm talking about. I didn't know that they're charging more. Okay. I have now. I want to go to a different hosting provider, and I would like to talk about security and comparison, because I think you know those things.
Okay.
You have a domain, but no website or email yet. You're slacking, Midwest. Okay. Don't slack.
I don't. Sorry, I was distracted by the comment. Come again? I was distracted by the comment. I use SiteGround, but I'm not urging you to buy it if you don't want it. I can show you things if you need to see how the panel looks, is what I wanted to say. In case you wanted to see how it looks in terms of not being cPanel, if that makes sense. But it's okay. That's more to Midwest. So come again with your question, something?
Yes. So you have been using SiteGround, and I have used SiteGround via you, but not the cPanel on websites.
Yeah,
and I have felt like the speed or the quality. Lately, we have been working in something else, and we have experienced the quality of a web hosting provider called Kinsta, which is...
Oh my God.
I think it is the best so far I have
ever
experienced.
But it's very expensive. My God.
It is a premium, not ridiculously that expensive. Well, it is more expensive. It's like, what is it, 30? Let me see.
You can find the prices for Kinsta, but you've got to tell your audience that in Kinsta, you're not allowed to have your own email. It doesn't provide email hosting for you.
And actually, surprisingly, they don't have their own domain registration. You need to have a domain
It's
name
not surprising. It's not surprising. It's actually a selling point for Kinsta, I think. They say, our job is hosting. We don't care about anything else. You can do whatever you want anywhere else. They don't care about anything else. They don't care to get involved in email. They don't care to sell domains to you. All they care about is giving you server space for your WordPress website.
That is a good point. Okay, I'm going to share. So this is Kinsta, okay? And let's see, I want to see the pricing because I don't, plans.
Pricing is good.
Yeah, you see.
It's quite expensive. And it's a month. It's like not even funny.
Yeah, and the starter is 30 euros a month for one WordPress install, 60 for 2, 100 for 5, and you get the point. But from what we have experienced, let me go here. If you, I don't want to share anymore. Here, where we are now, it is totally worth it if what you need is a premium service. If you have like a website that you don't want to have any downtime, any errors, you need speed. They have also Cloudflare. Am I saying it right?
Cloudflare, yeah.
Cloudflare. And CDN, which is you can select a server in whichever country you're going to deliver the content for extra speed.
Basically, what Kinsta does, they provide a server for you, your origin server, your original server is in the country you choose, which is closest to where your greatest client base is. Like if most of your clients are from Sweden, then you can choose the Finland server or whatever is closest to Sweden. Or if you're in Greece, then maybe don't choose Japan if you're in Greece because your clients are in Greece. Yes, exactly. They have CDN, they have all that, but you should choose the closest server to your clients first. And if your clients come from another country, then the CDN gets involved, and then it serves it from like the closest to your country that's not as close as the original server is. If that makes sense.
Let me just say, I'm not affiliated with Kinsta.
Nobody is. Yeah, we don't have links.
No. If they want to sponsor us, be my guest. We're here. I have a question for you, George, because we have been working together with projects that are hosted in Kinsta and projects that are hosted in other hosting, whatever. Yeah. Yes. We haven't experienced any attacks. You know, we have Wordfence plugin installed on the WordPress websites. I haven't seen any attacks on the websites that are installed in Kinsta.
Well, I'm gonna say something. It's not that you aren't experiencing attacks. It's that they don't tell you are because they take care of it.
Please do tell.
So let me explain something real quick. Okay,
we're talking about the hackers that they want to log into the WordPress.
They want to steal your database stuff and whatever. I have loads of clients. Some of them have eShops. Other clients just have like a website with text on it and whatever, right? So I've been with SiteGround for a while, and I do have affiliate links, but I haven't posted any of them here, so I'm not affiliated in this conversation, SiteGround. But anyway, what I'm saying is the other day they sent me an email saying your server with the sites X, Y, and Z have been under attack. They have been experiencing DDoS attacks. If you don't know what DDoS is, it's basically the idea that somebody's slamming your website, like just trying to open it or trying to refresh it a million times a second.
Many times to crash it.
Yeah, and it's not one person, it's a robot, by the way. It's not like me doing it at my house. It's a machine, or it's multiple machines. And they just said to me, look, we've done what we need to do. Don't worry about it. We're just informing you just in case it feels like your site's going slower. But the reason they inform you is because they want you to know that they take care of you. It's not because they think that you should do anything, but they want you to know that, okay, we know if it feels slower, it's basically, you don't have to bug support, we know already. You know, if that makes sense.
Oh, yes. So the websites that don't have such a good hosting provider and we get emails by Wordfence, does it
No,
mean
no,
that
I still had Wordpress and I was getting the emails, but of
okay.
course I wouldn't know the extent of the attack. And Wordfence, for anyone that's a beginner, is just a free plugin you can use. They do have a premium version, and although I'm not affiliated with the people at Wordpress, I do love them a lot.
You're always telling me, why don't you have Wordfence installed on this WordPress website?
Yeah, I don't log on to websites that have the username admin. Okay. And
Yes,
I
they
don't
have
log on
certain-
to WordPress websites that don't have Wordpress. If you have those two things and you can show me a screenshot that you do, I'll log on to your website. If your username is admin, I don't log in until you change it.
So don't use admin.
There's a reason for that. And also, Wordfence tells me that even if you don't update your plugins,
Yes.
or you haven't for a week, some of the things are going to be okay because Wordfence is protecting you. By the way, if you have Wordfence Premium, you get the protection rules immediately. If you don't, you get like the previous month's rules. So it would be, you would wait 30 days for the new ones to come out or whatever. But either way, free Wordfence is better than no Wordfence.
Yes, it is. And I mean, we are using it, and whenever I forget to install it, you remind me to install it.
It's the first thing I will install. If you let me in on a website and it's not there, it's installed. Because you know what people do. And by the way, this is to your audience. I know that plugins are expensive. I know that you might need them and you want to use them. Don't go and download a pirated plugin. There's a reason you shouldn't.
Because pirate, you means find them like a pirate.
Find them for cheap or find them for free. There is no such thing. If it's free, it's going to be on the WordPress.org website. If it's not free and you need the premium version, don't go and buy it from somewhere else. Because I'm a programmer, right? If I wanted to, I could code something into it and I could do whatever I want with that code, and you would never know because the plugin will still do what it tells you it does. It will just give me a nice little door to your website, if that makes sense. So I can do things to your website if I wanted to. The other thing is, you should always update. And if your developer says you're not allowed to update, there's a small problem.
Is that the thing? Are there developers that say?
I still hear that.
I mean, no, guys, if you're using WordPress, update every day. If you see that there's something that is not updated, update it every day.
Let me tell you, I use premium plugins and I use a specific theme with specific plugins that offer that theme. The theme is Divi. I use loads of plugins, right?
He's a
you
Divi
use
expert.
Elementor, that's fine.
I'm Elementor.
You use Elementor, that's fantastically fine. But the reason is, one of my sites, I do my updates every Sunday because I have loads of sites and I need to do them on a day when nobody's going to bother me. So I do them on Sunday, basically. Now, if I forgot to do one Sunday, and it's not because I was stupid or anything, I was just lazy. It's not a site that was very critical. It was one of mine anyways, so I didn't care. I just bypassed, I didn't update. The next day, I had an issue where when I tried to browse the website, you would get this little nice pop-up saying that my site's being redirected to some random website.
You did?
And the reason was very simple. There was a security flaw in one of the stupidest plugins that I installed and forgot that I installed because I used it and I just didn't like it and I deactivated it. Quotes, when you deactivate a plugin, it's still vulnerable. You have to delete it. Otherwise, they can still hack into your website.
Exactly. We were talking about it today, early, like an hour ago, because we were talking about a website that got, suddenly I got informed that it got a mass of attacks. Someone was trying
you got a notification saying that it was being attacked by
Wordfence.
Like Wordfence was telling you an attack was on the way and you should know that we blocked it for you. That's what it was telling you. Wordfence has blocked X, Y, and Z for you in the last 10 minutes. And it was like 1,000 requests or something.
It had like a 10. So what I did, I logged in and I just did all the updates.
Yeah.
And hopefully that solved it.
Wordfence will protect you, but if you have a vulnerable plugin and you forgot to update it, it will need to handle those attacks for you. When you update, you give Wordpress the chance to rest and handle other things on your website. So yeah.
Yes. So once a week, it's a good frequency to log in and do the updates.
One of my clients, most of my clients, basically, they want a weekly report of what I did, because most of them don't understand why they need me, if that makes sense. So I basically enforced the report on them. So when I sent it the first time, they said to me, "What is this? Am I supposed to stress about this?" And I said to them, "Well, no, but it's sort of to tell you that I don't just sit here and wait for you to pay me when the hosting comes up. I do things you just don't know about, because I don't call you every second of the day."
And now you're touching a subject that we were talking yesterday in the guild, and by the guild I mean the creators guild creators. What is the link? Oh my god, this is embarrassing. creatorstoolkit.app. If you're an aspiring content creator, if you want to start live streaming or making videos, vlogs, or podcasts, go to the creatortoolkit.com. Let me find it. Let me show you the link.
Creators Toolkit. No?
Is it the creators or I'm sorry if David Foster is watching. I'm sorry if any guildmate. Please, sorry. creatortoolkit.com. Now I'm gonna share it now. Here.
Is there no S? There's no S, right?
There's no S. Oi, what happened here? Siri, don't talk to me. I got scared. I got started. There it is. It's Creator
Toolkit. Good.
Go there. Go to the community. The community is the guild. Is the Guilded app, and we had a discussion yesterday. I started it about pretty much WordPress and the updates and the other websites / blogging platforms.
Like Impartial Geek is here just in case.
My god!
You screwed up just there. Impartial Geeks here.
Oh my god! Okay, no stress. Yes, but we were talking about it. The problems, the challenges that we experience when we have customers that they're not tech savvy and they don't understand, as you say, the concept of updates, versus going for a different platform that doesn't have updates. It gives you a peace of mind, but it comes with limited possibilities.
Well, I'm going to tell you a secret. That's also a lie, because Did you switch to this? Oh, no,
I'm trying it. It felt better than StreamYard.
So let me tell you an experience that I had a week and a half ago. So what happened was, this one client that sort of needs me for like tech support, not like you. She doesn't use WordPress. She likes what's it called? Wix. Wix. Okay, she likes Wix. She makes website on Wix. She doesn't care about WordPress. She doesn't want me to do her website. She couldn't care less. Okay, so she called me like a week and a half ago, and she said something's wrong with my website. So I go onto the website, and the website had that nice red screen that Google gives you when your website's been suspected of like phishing. Yes. A full red screen. A full red screen.
The whole red screen. Okay.
The whole red screen. Yeah. So she had that red screen, and she said to me, "Can you fix it?" And I said to her, "Well, no, because it's not open source, it's closed. Go to the support system for Wix, tell them about it, and
they have to fix it.
And they have to fix it if there's a problem." So I said to her, "Okay, since you're a marketing expert," because she's a marketing expert supposedly. I'm assuming, I said to her, you have like Google Analytics and Google Webmaster Tools. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, it's just a platform that tells you what's going on your website in terms of Google,
the health of your website,
and whatever. So she said yes, which I was very happy about. She gave me access to that, and she noticed from giving me access that her site has been down since April. April was 2 months ago.
Yes. Okay. Yes. She's working hard on her website. No.
So I sent an email to Google telling them that I had informed Wix on her behalf, and it's probably a false positive, and they should re-enable her website, which they did within 4 hours. But I mean, she hadn't seen it for 2 months, and she's a marketing expert, and she sells services that nobody would actually have access to. So it was a bit of what I'm trying to say is no platform is secure. It doesn't matter if it's called Wix, Squarespace, or whatever. Something happened to Wix 2 months ago. She didn't notice. Wix probably fixed the problem ages ago, but she didn't inform anybody to do whatever they needed to do. So it's not a matter of WordPress is hackable, Wix isn't, Squarespace isn't. There's no such thing.
No, it is not. And I'm not talking about the hackable. I'm talking just about the maintenance of having to maintain it, that you need to log in actively and do the updates unless you hire a developer to do those things for you.
No, but even for Wix or Squarespace, if you don't tell them you have a problem, they aren't checking your website.
Yeah, well, it is her website. She has to check it. I mean, occasionally it is her tools. You don't expect to have a website and have
Well, look,
it
I don't actually go onto my website once a day, to be honest, because I work too much. But I do have notifications on my phone. It's something called Uptime Monitor. If anybody's not heard of that, you can just put in your website there, and it will send you an annoying email saying that your website has gone down for some reason or other. Like one of my clients forgot to pay her hosting, and by client I mean your friend, something.
My friend?
Okay,
yeah.
All your friends.
All my friends.
And all their website. No, your specific friend, and all her clients' websites went down. And she thought it was a server issue. And I said,
oh, that case, yes.
Yes, well, you have to actually pay for it to actually work. So,
yes. It was the case with the server in Bulgaria that was down.
It's your, but it wasn't the server that time. It was you needed to pay for it to work. But
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, that also. Now yes. If something doesn't work,
you see, I can't give out
bills.
information because it's like.
Yes.
But like if you forget to pay your hosting, by the way, you can lose your domain name if you don't pay your hosting on time. It's like electricity. If you don't pay it, they cut it off. And if they cut off your electricity, by the way, if you lose your domain name, I can buy it immediately, and you will never be able to buy it back unless I let it go, which is funny. It's been done to us before, so. One of my clients forgot to renew her domain name because she didn't want me to do it. She wanted to do it. She forgot about it. She lost her domain name and she needed a new one.
Well, I know there are clients and clients, but I have experienced, not too much, but I have experienced customers that they don't understand what updates means. They don't understand WordPress as a platform, and sometimes it's also good to think what are the customer needs. That's what we were talking in the guild yesterday, and make a decision. Okay, what is the best platform for that customer? What is the best platform from that? Flexibility is a big issue, and so WordPress for me is the first choice if you want to have something to have the ability to grow, but it comes with a cost, so to speak. It comes with the price. It's not the price, but you have to maintain it. You need to update it and everything.
Yeah, but also remember the reason we use WordPress, me and you, is because it's flexible and we can tell clients, okay, I can do this for you, or I can't do that for you, but I can do something similar. I can't do that with Wix or with Squarespace. No. If it exists as a functionality, we can give it to you. If it doesn't, sorry, but it's not there. Sorry, not sorry.
Yes, and in order to do that, you need to know also the other platforms, what they offer,
like
Squarespace, what are the possibilities of Squarespace. But I told you, and we talked about it in the guild, I have been considering learning Webflow, just to see what this is all about. But okay, we don't
maybe I'll learn it for you. If I had some free time, I would learn it for you.
If we had some free time, I know. We have so many other things to do before that, but yes. And yes, thank you. Let me just say thank you to Impartial Geek about the new branding. And let me say that it is Grimskull's work. He has made all the banners and everything. He has been doing that, so thank you so much. And hi, Joe, Dr. Energy, and to Tan Waffle. Security is always an issue everywhere. I use WordFence for a level of security. That's what we were talking about. WordFence. Good.
Dr. Energy, I'm just going to say that WordFence is great, but if you're on a host that has security problems inherently, that's not going to help you. You can have the best. I use WordFence as well, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying that years ago, there used to be these hosts where even if you had like the best security, you'd locked everything down, the host had the problem, and they would hack that host every week. Okay, and
That is what I wanted to talk about. That it is actually the host.
You've got to start from the host first. So if you feel like telling me which host you're at, Dr. Energy, I can tell you if you're safe or not.
We can tell you if you're yes, exactly. Please,
I'm not going to say anything bad. I'm just going to say you're okay.
Dr. No, we don't want to destroy you. You have been in streams before. Maybe you were together. You were when we had the stream, the live stream together, George, on Facebook a while ago.
Yeah,
the previous one. I think Dr. Energy. I think you were also in the chat. And
I don't remember, to be honest. Yes, I agree that hosts can have problems, and yeah, if you feel like telling me one. But I mean, I used to be, before I decided on SiteGround and I stuck with him. And I say SiteGround, but it could be anybody. I used to be with I'm currently with Namecheap. Domain 2. I've seen Namecheap hosting. I know nothing about it though, security-wise. I've actually accessed a client's Namecheap, but I've nothing to mention security-wise, which is very weird. So if you want to talk to Energy, you can go to the previous episode that we did with something. I talked about some things that you can look at in your host to tell if you're secure. For example, if you have two domains and they're in the same box, if that makes sense, if the files are in the same place, it's likely, and that you can access them with one FTP account, it's likely that there may be an issue. Unless you need like secure SSH key. If I remember correctly, Domaincheap requires SSH keys, which makes it secure. But I'm not 100%.
Let's stick to that. It makes it secure. Let's don't destroy him. Make him happy.
No. I'm not sure. I don't even remember.
I'm joking, of course. But
I don't even remember. But what I was trying to say is that I used to be on hosts where even I think I'm okay at what I do. Okay, so. Even though I did the best I could.
I'm so happy to have you as a colleague. Yes.
Okay, even though I did the best I could, that host was crap. No offense. I'm not mentioning names because nobody cares.
No, I mean, nobody cares. We're not sponsored.
No, it was some random iPower or something. I don't even know if they exist. Okay. But anyway, it just you get used to it. If your site gets hacked once, like if you know the hack came from the host. Because like if you put in the password 123, or if you put in your password the same one as Facebook and Facebook gets hacked, that's not your host's fault. It's because you use the same password. By the way, never use the same passwords on WordPress websites. But what I'm saying is they could hack you from anywhere. It could be your Facebook, it could be your phone. If you're like my sister, you probably have a piece of paper with it somewhere, which you shouldn't.
Two-factor
authentication is great. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's great.
It's annoying, but it's great. Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's not always your fault, and there's literally most of the time though it is your fault because you probably used the same password somewhere you weren't supposed to. Like somebody says to me, I use this password everywhere. And I said to her, well,
it's easy to remember. We have only one brain.
Since they hacked your game, she was playing an online game, she used that password, they hacked the online games database. They told her about it. No, it was some random.
Okay.
No, it was, I don't know what it was. But they told her about it, and they said, okay, if you use this password somewhere else, go change it. And she was like, well, I use it everywhere. It's on my Facebook, it's on my email, it's on. So, password manager, two-factor authentication. Yay. I hate password managers, but I should use them. But yeah, I have two-factor anyway, so I couldn't care less. Like, if you have two-factor, even if your password's been hacked, they can't actually get in unless they have access to your device, which is your phone. So even if I'm using a hacked password, they still can't get in because they need my phone for that.
Yes. So two-factor, I do support it. It is annoying, as you said, but it's good. It is helping.
By the way, if you guys are in the US, I would suggest not using SMS-based two-factor authentication. We're not in the US, so we don't actually get affected by this. But in the US, SIM cloning is very normal. They can clone your SIM card and just get your
cloning?
SIM cloning, SIM card cloning. SIM
SIM
card
card cloning.
cloning.
Oh, so they can mirror.
They can clone your they can clone your SIM card, so they can get your text messages as you're getting. At least it used to be a thing in the States. And I heard this from the Wordfence live, because the people at Wordfence have decided that they're no longer using SMS verification for two-factor.
Oh.
They are using time-based, like Google Authenticate and stuff like that. And there's a reason, because in the States you can hack someone's phone. I guess we could do it in Cyprus too if we wanted to, but I don't have the time for that, honestly.
We don't do those things here. We don't bother in Europe. I mean, but
Europeans are lazy. We don't have time for this shit.
No, exactly. I know that Joe, Dr. Energy, he's in Canada. The rest probably are in the US in the chat room. So
well, okay, don't use SMS-based two-factor authentication.
Yeah.
And also, if you call your bank and they ask you for your like name and social, and they don't ask you for your socials, like in Cyprus, it's a real thing. You can call up my bank. You can say, "I'm George. My ID is XY." If you know my ID, which in Cyprus is very easy to find, if you know what you're looking for, then you can just tell my internet provider, "Okay, I don't want internet anymore. You can cut it off for me." And
that is bad.
They will happily cut it off. Yeah, it's really sad. I actually told them that you should request more information to know that it's me, because I'm a computer person, and it's sad, but.
Okay. I think that's enough security for one day, George, because I'm getting, nervous and stressed, and we don't want to scare people.
No. You can always go watch the other security episode that we did. You'll get more scared if you feel like it. Like if you want.
Yeah, I mean, it was you covered a lot in that live stream. It was a great stream, and I like those security chats. We can have again.
I'm not a security expert. Like I don't have security, certificates or those. What are they called?
We know, not we.
Qualifications. I know because I have to know. I know because I have to stay on top of things, and I have to know. Like today, you were reading plugins to me from a list, and I told you they hacked that one last week. They hacked that one last week.
All-in-one SEO. That was the plugin all-in-one SEO.
She had like an old version of it, and it was okay. They hacked that one last week. She was protected by Wordpress, but still, it was being, banged. So you had to update. Yeah. And as always, red flags. If somebody says you're not allowed to update, red flag. You have
fire
to update.
Them. Yes.
Red flag. Yes. You have to update.
So the gist of today's live stream is don't use admin as your username and do your updates.
I think
on WordPress. We're talking about WordPress.
The newest WordPress version actually doesn't allow you to use the username admin anymore.
Oh, that's good.
And they also force you to do SSL. By the way, people, SSL is free these days. You don't have to pay anybody for it. You just have to find a way to install it.
Yes.
If you don't know how, find us and we'll show you how.
Yes, we can help you. Yes. Great. I think, George, we should call it a night because it's night in our side of the world. It's 10.
We have to sleep because we have to get up and work tomorrow.
It's 10 p.m. here in Sweden. It's 11:15 soon in Cyprus.
Yes.
Yes.
And we actually said we were going to start earlier, which is really funny.
But you know what happened, and yes, I know.
Yes, I know.
Oh my God! And yes. And I have so many more things to do, and Impartial Geek knows about it, and I have it working on my website because I don't want to destroy his website, so I'm testing things.
So you're doing on yours, and then okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to do. I want to do the test on my side before I do it on your side. That's why you haven't seen any action there.
Okay, let's see if we can fall asleep.
Let's get some sleep before we fall on the keyboard here. Thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you, George, again for your
Thank you
insights.
For being patient with me blabbing. It's very weird that we talk to each other by ourselves. I wish we could converse with the people in chat. There's not too many of them. If it would be cool,
will come. They will keep them.
I know, but I mean, we could chat. They do that a lot on other streams, like on Divi related stream, which is called Divi Chat. They at some point there were so many people in there. They just randomly selected one person and said, "Okay, you can join chat with us today, and we can talk about whatever the
Oh, we
topic
can
was."
do that. We can
They
have
brought
Q
me,
and A, and we can bring people.
yeah,
Yes, we can have
because
it.
because
A
like
thing.
even if you're not a security expert, you can tell me your experience, like, and I can tell you maybe where you were thinking the wrong thing, or you can tell me why you did that instead of the other thing, which
Yes, we
might
can
make
share
sense.
experiences.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so
Okay. Well, thank you again. Let's
thank you
call
for
it
having me
a
as always.
night. Thank you for coming, George. Thank you, everyone. And well, my schedule is I'm streaming Mondays, Fridays, and Sundays on Facebook originally, but now I will see if I'm gonna do. I was thinking of multi-streaming. We will see what happens. We will see what happens on Friday. I will let you know. Maybe I will stick with.
If you're on
YouTube.
Facebook,
It's
remember to remind me, because if I don't,
I
I'm
see
gonna
that more
log.
people. It's easier on YouTube for us. Some people. I don't know. We will see. I will
You know what it is? I
investigate.
think it's the notification thing. Like
It's a
for me on YouTube,
notification.
even if I forget, like I forget there's
It
a word
comes.
fence live. It says word fence is starting in half an hour. Word fence is starting in 5 minutes, and I'll just
Yes.
open it and I'll keep the tab open
I
because
can
we're
do a
always working.
test. Yes, I
And
can do
then
a test and see if the people that are following, if someone are on the guild, if they see the
you'll
notification.
see. Basically, it depends where your audience is mostly, and I think you're more of a Facebook person, although I'm not. But yeah,
Everything is a work in progress. We will see. We will see.
see what happens. The
Yes.
thing with YouTube is it's a search engine. So if you put in a nice
I
little
know.
title, people will actually find things
I
about.
know. I
Like
know.
that's what I do for my Divi stuff. Like I
Yes.
just
Put your link.
how,
Put your
how,
link.
how to do X Y Z, and then
Well, your
everybody
name.
just
Where is your name? You can find him if your name here on
let me
YouTube. Find him.
what
You
one.
have
I
tutorials.
I have Divi stuff if you're interested.
Yes.
I actually had a comment that I was sleeping in one of them, but
Put your
yeah.
link before we close it so
Let
that
me
people can
if
find
I
you
can
if you need
find it, that would be.
Divi help, or I can
It's
put it
more
in the
Divi.
description later if you.
You're not allowed to use the word Divi help because there's actually a community called that, but I'm joking. No, but
I
what
will
I'm
put it in
saying,
the description. I will put it in the
I'll
description.
I found it. It's just I don't usually not usually on YouTube and stuff. Let's see if I can actually put it in here. I can't type into the user chat, so I typed in the private.
Okay. I'm gonna copy and I'm gonna put it here on the chat. So that is George's.
So my YouTube, there's some
channel.
Divi stuff. I
Go
haven't done
show
a
him
lot.
some love.
I haven't
Subscribe.
done I haven't done much because I've been way too busy. When I have free time, I'll do more. When I find free time, I'll be more active on uploading tutorials
Good.
and stuff.
Good.
If you guys want to suggest any, that's fine. You can suggest and I'll make it, because it's actually better for me. It actually gives me an idea of what I should be talking about.
Yes, correct. Okay, let's say good night now.
Good night, everybody.
Because I'm about to sleep, and you too. I see you. So
We should,
thank you,
We're gonna
everyone. See you next time. Bye bye.
See you guys
Good
next time.
night.
Bye bye.